In the early 1990s, while Eastern Europe was celebrating the end of communism, East Africa was collapsing into chaos. Somalia, a nation on the Horn of Africa, was ravaged by civil war, famine, and lawlessness. Rival warlords carved the country into territories, using food as a weapon, and millions faced starvation. For the world, and especially for the United States, the images were unbearable: skeletal children, mothers with hollow eyes, and aid convoys ambushed before reaching the hungry. For many Americans, those TV images in 1992 felt like a moral call. The Cold War was over, and the US was no longer fighting communists, but what good was global power if it couldn't stop suffering like this? Under President George H.W. Bush, and later President Bill Clinton, the US launched Operation Restore Hope, a United Nations-backed humanitarian mission to deliver food and stabilize Somalia. In December 1992, thousands of US Marines landed on the beaches of Mogadishu. The images were powerful: soldiers wading through the surf, greeted by starving children. It was a moment of genuine compassion, and for many Americans, it seemed like the US was using its power for good, not conquest. At first, the mission worked. Food supplies flowed, famine deaths dropped, and global praise poured in. But Somalia's deep tribal divisions soon resurfaced. One warlord in particular, Mohammed Farah Aidid, began attacking UN peacekeepers and seizing aid. The humanitarian mission turned into a hunt for Aidid and his lieutenants, a mission that would soon spiral into tragedy. On October 3, 1993, US Army Rangers and Delta Force commandos launched a raid in Mogadishu to capture Aidid's top aides. The operation, expected to last 1 hour, turned into an 18-hour street battle. 2 Black Hawk helicopters were shot down by RPG fire, and what followed was chaos, fierce urban combat, soldiers trapped and surrounded by thousands of armed Somalis, and desperate rescue attempts. For American audiences, the horror of that day, later immortalized in the film Black Hawk Down, was shattering. 18 US soldiers were killed, dozens wounded, and the bodies of some were dragged through Mogadishu streets as TV cameras rolled. The images seared into the national memory. Families wept, veterans mourned, and the question spread across the country: why were we there? Public opinion turned swiftly. What had begun as a humanitarian mission now felt like a nightmare of confusion and loss. Within months, President Clinton withdrew US forces from Somalia. For many Americans, the event became a painful symbol of both moral courage and the risks of intervention, the moment when idealism met the hard realities of foreign conflict. Yet, despite the tragedy, Somalia also revealed the heart of the American spirit. US soldiers had gone there not to conquer, but to feed starving people. Their sacrifice was born from compassion, and though the mission failed politically, it left behind a legacy of bravery and humanity that still moves audiences today. The phrase "leave no man behind," shouted by soldiers during that battle, became an enduring American creed.